Hi, I'm Doug and I'm your tech support representative for Atlantic British, and in this video we're going to talk about the belt replacement kit as part of our repair and maintenance academy program. This is the belt for the 1995 to 1999 GEMS engine P38 full-size Range Rover, which I have behind me. And on our sheet you'll see it as Kit J ERR 4460. Comes with the primary belt, proper number for this vehicle. And this is something that gets neglected every once in a while. No sense being stranded on the road with a broken belt. It is recommended to be done every 60,000 miles by Land Rover. And what we're going to do is show you how to install this belt yourself. So, change your belt. Now we're dealing with a, this is a 99 with the 4-liter GEMS. So 95 to 99, your application will be the same. And actually from the 2000 and up to 2002, the design is very close. We're going to show you on one of those on a later video. To begin with, we have a clip on the right and left side that holds down the upper half of the fan shroud. Same style clip on both sides. And they're a little tight, so you need to get a finger down in there. If you can't get the finger loose, a small screwdriver will pop it off as well. That moves this out of the way. Now this gives you easy access to the belt. Now you'll notice, always check your belt routing before you take it off. And you'll see that essentially starting from the power steering pump, you're going to run under the water pump, up and over alternator to tensioner, under the damper down below, and then over the top of your large idler and then around the AC. Relatively easy routing. To loosen your tensioner, you want to use an extended 15 millimeter. Now there's also a number of fan wrench tools out there that will give you even a longer extension with multiple sockets that work on that, and those kits work great. The longer the bar, the more leverage you get, the easier it is to move the tensioner. These really aren't all that bad. Slide your wrench on to lock it in place. Come forward to take your tension off. I usually like to work from the opposite side. You slip it off your air conditioner. Now the tensioner will lock itself in position all the way so you don't have to worry about the wrench hitting up against the battery and whatnot. It has a stop on it. And essentially what you're simply going to do is drop the belt down below the fan. You won't have to wrap it around the fan, but one area where it's a little bit tight is between the fan and the lower pulley and the water pump pulley. Just simply snake that out of there. And you can spin the fan to bring the rest of the belt up to you and up and out. Now you see on this belt's in pretty good shape, but as they wear, you'll start noticing small splits and cracks in the ribbing, and then should it become severely worn, is actually chunks of this ribbing missing from the belt. Now these were recommended as per our kit every 60,000 miles as per Land Rover, which is a good idea. Should these break, you lose all your ancillary power, which would be power steering, your charging system, and your fan, which is your cooling. So this belt runs quite a few important components, so you definitely want to keep these in good shape. To reinstall, I like to put together like that, so you can drop this down far enough or you can get around underneath the drive pulley down below. Now, good idea at this point, take your watch off if you value the crystal on your watch, because you're going to have to reach down in and grab the bottom of this belt and wrap it around the lower pulley, as well as sneaking it between the water pump pulley and the drive pulley. Now you can, if you choose, to take the fan blade off. There's a 36 millimeter hex on the back of the fan that attaches it to the water pump shaft. And with a long bar and a 36 millimeter wrench, you can knock this loose. It's a right hand thread and this fan assembly will come out. So if you're having a difficulty getting your hands down in there, you can always take the fan off. Now we've got the belt wrapped around the bottom of the water pump pulley. I'm going to snake a little extra slack down in there. Now remember, we ended up over the top of this large idler pulley, so we want to get the belt up there. I'm just going to loosely get things set in place here. Now it's important to definitely check below to make sure that the belt is centered on the lower crank pulley. Okay, so we're centered on the air conditioning pulley, we're on the water pump pulley, we're over the top of the idler, we're centered on the lower pulley on both sides. We'll wrap around the idler and then just get close to the alternator. Put your wrench back on your tensioner, pull forward, slide the alternator pulley right up, or the belt on the pulley. So belt is on, we've got tension. Again, double and triple check just to make sure that that belt is centered on that lower pulley and on any of the other ribbed pulleys, which will be air conditioner and alternator. Power steering has got a power steering also has a ribbed pulley on it, and your tensioner pulley. And just make sure you're good and centered all the way around. And that essentially is your belt replacement. So we're going to reinstall the shroud. Again, you'll see your emblem up top. You want the curved area facing you. Drop the end of the shield down into the slot that's on the radiator part of the housing. And you're going to do the same on the other side. Make sure it's also in its slot. You'll actually hear, when everything lines up, you'll actually feel it fall into place. Bring this clip forward, get the loop wrapped around the bottom of the housing area, snap that on, do the same to the other side. So now you have a new belt on there and you're good for another 60,000 miles. A relatively easy procedure and definitely something that could keep you from being broken down on the road at a later date. So again, should you want to change the belt on your P38, you can refer to our repair and maintenance log and you'll be able to pull the sheet up. It will give you your kit number, and give a call to any of our knowledgeable salesmen at 1-800-533-2210.